This is Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate, the podcast where we cover home buying, home selling, home improvement tips and ideas, market trends and developments, and investing in real estate. If you own real estate in the Chattanooga, Tennessee area, or want to own real estate here, then you're in the right place. Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate is hosted by Blake Watson, a real estate agent and investor in Tennessee and Georgia.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate. I'm Blake Watson, and I am an agent with Epic Realty, licensed in Tennessee and Georgia. Today, I have a special guest. We're going to be talking about flooring with the owner of Direct Flooring, Jordan Parker. Jordan, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Blake. It's really a honor and pleasure to be here and to reconnect with you and to see this beautiful studio.
This is a great place. We get to do this podcast. So, Jordan, you and I have known each other for a long time, actually, and I know we met probably 20 years ago or close to it. You had just gotten started. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I was very early in the business, and around 2004 is when I first started.
Okay.
And born and raised here in Chattanooga, so I've had Direct Flooring for all of 20 years. But yeah, we were at first just going for certain accounts, meaning builder, remodeler, real estate investor type of accounts. Our process was very simple, was very easy, but we, always believed in product value, service, and of course, high quality installation. A lot of the realtors and business real estate professionals that I worked with would share my information.
Yeah.
And I think somehow through that is when I met you, Blake.
That's right.
And we did quite a few projects together, and I always loved working with you.
Yes, it began, and I remember seeing your face on a billboard for a while.
Yes, sir.
Maybe it still is. I think it is. But I remember that and thinking, oh, that's my friend Jordan. And here you are now with multiple stores, and you just opened one in Ringgold.
That's correct. Yeah, we're real excited for that new Ringgold location.
Yeah, so tell me about the growth of your stores and why you grew into multiple storefronts and storage, warehousing, all that.
Sure. Quite honestly, my first and only employee for the first 18 years as far as having this business. So I definitely took the long road to get to a expansive business, which we now have. But I did that, one quality job at a time. I had installation crews, but I was the person doing all the measuring, of course, all the samples, all the pickups, all the consultations as far as finding what customers are needing and finding the right fit. Primarily focused still at that point, builders, remodelers, apartment complexes, real estate professionals, some homeowners. But what happened is after the pandemic, fortunately, speaking of real estate, I had acquired some really nice size commercial properties around Rossville Boulevard area. Of course, the real estate was rather low about 10 years ago there. So started acquiring some warehouse space. And after the pandemic, I said, let me reconvert some of that warehouse space to make a nice walk-in retail setting. And we opened our first store off of Rossville Boulevard in 2001.
Okay.
We've been open about 3.5 years as far as for retail. And even though I say retail, I mean, of course, we deal with walk-in customers, but now we're advertising. So that's when you've seen me on the billboards. Reconnected. The billboards really reconnected me with a lot of people that I had done business with in the past, just like yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of other businesses and a lot of individuals. We put our face, my wife and I put our face on a lot of our marketing because we want everyone to know that we stand behind what we're doing as far as the product, the value, and the installation. But yeah, we're thrilled to have 3 locations. We're thrilled to be where we are. We're doing new things. We're growing every day. Our business is up in an economy that is a little bit soft right now across the board, but our business is up, and we just love what we're doing.
So tell me what you are doing as Direct Flooring. I know you do hard surfaces, carpet, all the works, but tell me what that product line might look like.
Sure. Quickly said, everything but tile. It's not that I don't like tile. It's just that it's a different animal and it's a new area. We are huge with carpet and luxury vinyl plank, waterproof flooring. The word is out with investors. They're they're coming in our doors. And I say investors in a general sense, realtors, remodelers, apartments, builders. So they come in our store. It's about 70% of our business. And we also go out to you guys. So that's huge with us. We'll come see you. We'll get you the samples you need for your clients. We'll meet with you if you have an inspector. A lot of real estate professionals will have an inspection set up, and we can come in just real low key and take the measurements and get you the information you need as far as what that would cost to change the carpet or to do whatever needs to be done. But no, I mean, we have, at this point, like I say, about 70% of our business is investor-type business, mostly waterproof flooring, carpeting. We have now set up a wood division that is phenomenal. Engineered, but solid hardwoods are really on the move back up because they've been kind of put aside for a few years. And people who want that authentic, solid hardwood at a really great value, we now have that ready to go. We have the best installers that I've ever had for hardwood as well, and they're quick to get to jobs. So we can definitely supply the hardwoods as well.
You said there's a turn back towards actual wood. It seems like there was a rush to get into luxury vinyl plank for really many years. That's been going on. And I know that's still going on to a degree, but you're already seeing the tide kind of turning a little bit back towards real wood.
LVP is king,
LVP.
to say it. I mean, and the LVP, just so people understand, so your listeners understand, is more of a general term for waterproof floors because most of this, what we call LVP, is not actually a vinyl composite anymore. It can be a wood composite. It's a stone composite, but the waterproof floors are, I would say, 80% of the market right now.
Right,
I mean,
that's what I was thinking.
They are fun. I've never seen anything like it. And being in the business 20 years and being an old, quote unquote, old carpet and sheet vinyl guy when I started, to see what's happened with finally a waterproof type floor. It's also scratch proof. So you speak to those customers who have pets and, they want to be able to have a floor that's going to look great 10 years, and even a hardwood. I love hardwoods, and hardwoods are like a fine wine in a lot of ways, depending on which style and what type of hardwood you're going for. But of course, hardwoods can scratch, and hardwoods can be more temperamental and with water and moisture. But yeah, LVP. My wife and I, Florina, we were in Las Vegas at the largest show every year, and we were there last month, and. Again, the report you bring back is LVP is king.
LVP is king. No question about it. And we see that throughout the area. I see it in houses all the time when I'm in houses, whether they are investment houses or whether they are, just residences that people are buying. It's the way that the flooring seems to be going. I know you mentioned pets. That's a big driver for that kind of flooring. It really is. It's hard when you have pet hair in carpet that you have to keep vacuuming and taking care of. I mean, you still vacuum it off the hardwood, but it just comes up easy.
That's right. Well, I mean, again, we're talking with real estate professionals, and the vision, just so you know, of direct flooring is improving the value, lifestyle, and comfort of your homes. Flooring is a product that you live on, and so you need that comfortable floor that looks great and is always going to maintain the finish. So again, LVP is going to always be the strongest option in that regard. So as far as the investment goes as well, I mean, so LVP 10 years, if you put a nice quality LVP down, 10 years from now, it's going to look almost every bit as good as day one. And, it's hard to say that about a hardwood option because it could get scratched.
Right.
But it all depends. We are huge in understanding what the customer's needs are. So depending on your household, how active it is, and how many pets and children and, wear and tear.
Right.
I don't hate to use that term, but, we can fit the right product with you. But I want to say one thing about LVP. One thing we do at Direct Flooring that's different. We actually stock. There's a huge array, a huge contrast from the lower end to the higher end LVP, but no one stocks the quality that we stock at Direct Flooring. We go up to a 12 millimeter, 30 mil wear layer, which is unbelievable. I mean, it's a 6-foot tall plank, and if you come by and see it in person or even feel it, because we have it down on the floor in our walk-on showroom, it's like nothing else. And so what's happened is a thicker LVP in general sense is better. A thicker LVP is going to perform. It's going to feel almost like a hardwood. And well, I'll say almost. It's going to give you that long durability and value improvement, like similar to what a hardwood would give you.
So, Jordan, you talked about having a thicker LVP flooring, and I hadn't really thought so much about the thickness of that flooring making such a difference. There are a lot of questions that I'm sure people have about the different types of LVP and other floorings too, but what are some of the common questions and things that you help people understand better?
Sure. A thicker LVP is going to be a more comfortable LVP, but it's also going to have a thicker locking mechanism. And I'm really, really big about making sure that that locking arm is both strong and performs like you need it to perform. So, someone perhaps in a wheelchair, and that's considered real heavyweight on the locking system, or rolling chairs in an office. If you have a thicker LVP, you could actually do a floating system where the thinner products, or the more quote-unquote residential style products, they might not be able to withstand with their locking system quite that much wear and tear.
Okay.
And that's kind of where you've heard a little bit of the negativity behind LVP is, people have used a thinner product, and they might have done the installation without quite as much prep as needed. But these thicker products, obviously the installation has to be correct, but these thicker products will go over the subfloor better, will be more comfortable, and they're just lovely. I mean, they're beautiful products. We love showing them off. They're mainly what we're using on our walk-on showroom, which is at our main store's location, and actually it's duplicated at the other two stores as well. But we have a huge, about a 12,000 foot, what we call a walk-on showroom. So you can walk on all of these thick products, and you can take it home today. That's one advantage of direct flooring. So if you found a color, we stock about 120, 130 SKUs of different colors, and it's all in stock. And we love having that quick accessibility and taking care of our customers.
Yeah, I love this walk-on showroom. What a great way to demonstrate the product. So you're saying I can come into the store and literally walk on some of these, probably most of them.
Almost all of them. And they, again, just a vision and a dream I had. The problem with a lot of stores, I'm an anti-rack person.
Yeah, you see it on a rack, and you can pick your color or whatever, and that's it.
That's right. And I always say, you even if you went to a box store, a Home Depot or Lowe's, all you see it's almost like an avalanche of racks. And of course, they're brilliant with marketing, so they're going to make you go toward the one that has all of the brandings and labels, and it's going to be the most expensive, But what we do, at Direct Flooring, number one, we're 30-40% lower than most competitors. We're volume buyers. That's the secret. We're buying volume. We've got these great relationships with the select companies that we work with, which are major brands and have the best warranty. But what we have at Direct Flooring, instead of all those racks, you'll see it all laid out on the floor, and then you get to see the large format. You get to feel the floor, feel it under your hips, under your knees. Aging in place, a lot of people who want that low maintenance floor, which is actually a huge pull for LVP, is that low maintenance for the older generations. They're actually opting for that over hardwoods for that reason. Easier to clean and waterproof. But yeah, this walk-on showroom we have has just been phenomenal. Not to sound tongue in cheek, but it is really. We have people. They'll see the pictures online. You'll see it on our main website, and we love to promote it online. But to experience it, we wanted to have a store that was experiential, where you see, you touch, you feel the floor, and you see it in large format. And again, because it's all available today, that we've got it for for an incredible value, and everyone's at ease, great installation crews, and we're ready to help.
What is your service area as far as if you were actually doing an install or just selling some flooring? I'm obviously somebody can come in the store and drive away with it if they have a truck to do that. But what is your service area for installing?
For install, you're usually around an hour and a half.
Okay.
And as we grow more and more into different markets, we'll have different installation crews and management set up in those areas. But the installation, about an hour and a half. But I'll say, Blake, we have people drive from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, come up to get our value and our floors. Mm-hmm. Every day we have people from out of town who drive 2 hours. We also have what we call our local truck, but it delivers within a 2-hour radius. So, for example, we're in Anniston, Alabama today delivering for a builder, and then we're going to be at another contractor in Hiawassee tomorrow. So we, within about a 2-hour circle or radius, we are servicing a lot of accounts.
Yeah, that is a large. I mean, I'm thinking Anniston, Alabama to Hiawassee, Georgia. Is that what you said? Hiawassee?
That's correct.
Yeah,
but
Hiawassee,
one per day.
yeah, I get it, but still.
And but sometimes multiple. I mean, Blue Ridge, Georgia, we have a multitude of accounts up there. Now, another thing I'd love to tell you about, Blake, is now we've grown into drop shipping. So we have the ability, or not just drop shipping, but freight and logistics out of our stores.
Okay.
So I'd say now about 20% of our business are clients that are all through the Southeast. I mean, we actually just got off the phone with a gentleman from Leavenworth, Kansas, that we're going to be sending about 1,000 square feet of LVP flooring to. And, he just can't believe the price. And we've formed a nice relationship with him. All through the Southeast. I mean, we have mostly the Southeast, I should say. We can go anywhere in the U.S., but we have formed, an incredible list of clientele, and that's just growing. So
yeah.
We have one opportunity is a group that we work for. It's just a flat shipping, and it's real low, and we can beat any internet price by quite a large percentage. So if any of the realtors or any professionals in this on this podcast are listening, again, if you have friends in markets that are outside of Chattanooga and you want to save them a large percentage off their cost of flooring, we can help accommodate.
Very good. Now, I know you work with a lot of professionals. I'm sure you work with final consumers. Clearly, if you have a walk-on showroom, then you are working with people who are going to live in the homes.
That's
that
right.
The floor is going down. Where are your stores?
So we have what I call our flagship or our mothership. That one is our newest store. I say our newest. We opened it right at a year ago. It's 20,000 square feet. It is off of Rossville Boulevard, right before the Georgia line, 5013 Rossville Boulevard. We have also 2 warehouse locations within 2 blocks of that store. So again, you talk about warehousing. We have all the material, every color at all times. And then we have our 2 other store locations. We have Hickson, Tennessee, and that is 5519 Highway 153. It is right across from Aldi. So it's near the Gad Road, that real busy area in Hickson.
Sure.
And actually, we don't own that building. We leased that from an investor that we did all their flooring. And we said, what a great location this corner spot would be, 5519 Highway 153. And then the third one, and we're real excited, we just opened downtown Ringgold, and that's at 112 General Cleburne Street. So we've kind of created a triangle, if you will, between the 3 stores. And I always say in communities, if you live, work, play, and pray in one area, then you're your own community. And we feel that Hickson, Ringgold, and Chattanooga are all justified as their own communities, and we want to be a part of that. So we do a lot to work with local churches, banks. We like to hire local when we open at these locations and network local. So we really try to vest ourselves in those areas and invest in those areas.
Jordan, what makes you different? What is different about direct flooring?
I always want to say the kind of the buyer beware, the things to just for your consumers to be aware of. And number one, nowadays there's so much product available because of the popularity, and you want to work with a trusted group who can offer the start to finish, meaning the sales, but also the installation side, and truly cares to see the whole job through. There's a lot of companies that want to sell you product, and they'll tell you anything about the product to get you excited. They'll say it's a lifetime warranty, but they won't explain what that really means. So deal with a trusted group, and that's I still don't knock the people like I did that work out of their vehicles, as long as they're prepared to put 100% of their assurance all the way through the installation that their product will perform and that they'll be around in 5 years in case it doesn't. The accountability for stores is not what it used to be, but we feel at Direct Flooring we will always, and we have done that, and our reputation, I hope, clearly states that we stand behind our work. We're not perfect, but we stand behind our work. So, yeah, I would just say the buyer beware nowadays is, have people who stand behind their work, who make sure the products you're buying are clearly labeled as first quality. And just know that, again, working with a local group like Direct Flooring, you get the assurance that, we're here down the road if you need anything. And we truly care about each individual job we do. I mean, from 20 years ago, it's all about one happy customer at a time. So if something does go wrong, even if it's out of a warranty period, if it's wrong, it's wrong, and we take responsibility. So we're all about standing behind what we do. That is what makes us a lot different.
So, Jordan, this is great information. You've got the 3 locations. How does someone get in touch with you and Direct Flooring?
So our main store, I'll give the phone number. It's 423-541-8080. And that's our main location off of Rossville Boulevard. We have any answer you could need can begin at that location. But also our online website, www.directflooringchat.com.
Well, great. Thank you so much, Jordan, for being on the show. And thank you for all this great information. I look forward to seeing you in the store. And if anybody is connecting with you, we've got your information now.
We are a phone call away, and it is our pleasure to be here today. So thank you so much for having me, Blake.
And again, I'm Blake Watson. I'm an agent with Epic Realty. You can reach me at 423-315-1815. And my brokerage phone is 888-893-3537. You can find me on Facebook and LinkedIn as Blake Watson, and on Instagram as Rock and Roll Blake. And of course, you can find me on my website, which is athomechattanooga.com. Please be sure to follow this podcast so you won't miss any future episodes. And until next time, I wish you all the best in your real estate journey.